Here's a fact that might make you stop and think. A hacker cracked the AI code behind Rsync Project software in just 24 hours. That's not just impressive, it's terrifying. Rsync is one of the most trusted tools for data synchronization, used by millions of developers and systems worldwide. But now, it's under attack from a flaw that could compromise everything from personal files to entire company networks. How did this happen? Well, the hacker didn't need a complex exploit or a backdoor. They used a simple prompt injection attack, which is like tricking an AI into doing something it wasn't supposed to. This flaw is a wake-up call for the entire AI community. If a tool as reliable as Rsync can be hacked in a day, what does that say about the security of other AI-powered systems? And here's where it gets interesting. Rsync is a fundamental tool for syncing files between computers, servers, and even across the internet. It's used in everything from personal backups to large-scale data centers. Think of it as the backbone of digital storage. But now, a vulnerability in its AI-powered features has been exposed. This isn't just about Rsync, it's about the growing reliance on AI in software that we take for granted. The problem started with a prompt injection flaw, which is when an attacker tricks an AI into executing unintended commands. This is like telling a robot to open the door when it's actually supposed to stay locked. In Rsync's case, the flaw allowed a hacker to manipulate the AI to bypass security checks, potentially exposing sensitive data. This is why it matters, because if Rsync can be hacked, then so can other AI-driven systems. And that's not just a risk for developers, it's a risk for every user who relies on AI. Here's the twist nobody expected. Let's break down how the prompt injection flaw works. Imagine you're using a voice assistant and you say, "Hey Siri, delete all my files." If the system is vulnerable, it might obey without asking for confirmation. That's what happened with Rsync. The AI was tricked into executing a command it wasn't supposed to. This is done by crafting a specific input that the AI interprets as a valid instruction. In the Rsync case, the hacker used a carefully worded prompt that bypassed the AI's safety checks. This is like a phishing scam, but for AI systems. It doesn't require any malware or hacking tools, just a cleverly worded request. The result? The AI did exactly what the hacker wanted. The problem is that AI systems are often trained on vast datasets, and they can be vulnerable to unexpected inputs. This flaw is a serious security risk, and it's not limited to Rsync. Here's what the headlines aren't telling you. The real-world impact of this flaw is huge. Imagine a company using Rsync to back up its data. If a hacker exploits the prompt injection flaw, they could delete or alter that data without being detected. This is like a thief breaking into your house and stealing your valuables without leaving a trace. In one example, a hacker was able to bypass Rsync's security checks and access files that were supposed to be encrypted. The result? Sensitive data was exposed, and the company had no idea how it happened. This isn't just a problem for big companies, it affects everyone. If you're using AI-powered apps or tools, this flaw could be a risk for you. The hacker didn't need to break into the system, they just had to trick the AI into doing something it wasn't supposed to. This is why it's so dangerous. And this is where things get surprising. Let's compare this flaw to other well-known vulnerabilities. For example, the Heartbleed bug in OpenSSL allowed hackers to steal data from servers, but it required a specific exploit. In contrast, the Rsync prompt injection flaw is much easier to exploit. It doesn't require any special tools or access. It's more like a phishing scam than a traditional hacking method. Another comparison is the Meltdown and Spectre vulnerabilities, which allowed hackers to access sensitive data by exploiting hardware flaws. These required complex attacks and were harder to exploit. The Rsync flaw is different. It's a software vulnerability that's easier to exploit and harder to detect. This makes it a bigger threat because it can be used by anyone with basic knowledge of AI systems. Unlike other vulnerabilities, this one doesn't require a backdoor or a server breach, just a cleverly worded prompt. That's why it's so dangerous. Now here's where the real story starts. This flaw has major implications for the future of AI. It shows that even the most trusted tools can be vulnerable to simple attacks. If Rsync can be hacked with just a prompt, then so can other AI-powered systems. This is a wake-up call for developers and companies that rely on AI. It's not just about fixing the flaw, It's about rethinking how AI is designed and secured. This flaw also highlights the need for better security measures in AI systems. Right now, many AI systems are trained on vast datasets, but they're not always tested for vulnerabilities like prompt injection. This means that the risk of AI being hacked is much higher than we realize. The Rsync flaw is a warning. If we don't take action, more AI systems could be compromised. This isn't just a problem for developers, it's a problem for everyone who uses AI. Here's the thing that changes everything. So what can you do to protect yourself from prompt injection attacks? First, make sure you're using the latest version of any AI-powered software. Developers should update their systems to fix known vulnerabilities. Second, be cautious when using AI tools. Don't input any commands you wouldn't want the AI to execute. Think of it like a password. Don't share it with anyone. Third, use multi-factor authentication wherever possible. This adds an extra layer of security that can prevent unauthorized access. Finally, stay informed about the latest security threats. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be. This is especially important for developers and companies that rely on AI. If you're using Rsync or any other AI-powered tool, make sure you're aware of the risks. This isn't just about protecting your data, it's about protecting your future. And this is what nobody predicted. The Rsync Project's AI code hack is a wake-up call for the entire AI community. It shows that even the most trusted tools can be vulnerable to simple attacks. This flaw is a serious security risk that affects everyone who uses AI. But it's also an opportunity to rethink how AI is designed and secured. The future of AI depends on our ability to protect it from threats like prompt injection. This isn't just about fixing the flaw, it's about building a safer, more secure AI ecosystem. Developers, companies, and users all have a role to play in this. The Rsync flaw is a warning. If we don't take action, more AI systems could be compromised. But with the right precautions, we can protect ourselves from these threats. The future of AI is still bright, as long as we are willing to learn and adapt. This is the part most people overlook entirely.